When I was appointed the Minister of Labor, Small and Enterprise Development, I met with most of the stakeholders, which included the trade union movement, the credit union movement, members of the various chambers and the energy chamber, the chamber of commerce, and there was agreement for holding various stakeholders consultation. I am pleased to share with you the fact that yesterday, a two-day stakeholders consultation with the cooperative credit union movement on two pieces of legislation, actually two controversial pieces of legislation, the Cooperative Societies Amendment Bill of 2014 and the Credit Union Bill of 2014. Members of the media may recall that the Cooperative Societies Amendment Bill and the Credit Union Bill of 2014 sought to treat the credit union as a banking institution. And of course, there were a lot of protests against that attempt. Yesterday and today at NEC in Couver, almost 300 representatives from the credit union movement have been meeting. We close off that consultation this afternoon, and it is hoped that at the end of the 2 days that a framework for moving forward would be arrived at. There are salient points in both pieces of legislation that can prove to be useful. And of course, those who are involved in the consultation would come up with a framework and a justification that would inform the kind of amendments that the ministry would have to make to those pieces of legislation. The second stakeholder consultation is with the labor movement and the employers and chambers on the recommendations of the Industrial Relations Advisory Committee, and also that famous or infamous amendment to the Industrial Relations Bill 2015, which amazingly brought unity between the trade union movement and the employers. They were speaking literally from the same hymn book. They both rejected that piece of legislation since there was not enough consultation on it. As a consequence, therefore, on Monday, the 22nd of February, and Tuesday, the 23rd of February, we will be engaging in a two-day stakeholder consultation with JTAM, NATOC, FITON, the employers, and the chambers. That forum will be held similar to the forum that ends today at the National Energy Skills Center in Couver, which is really nice, a really nice environment. It's very large. It can hold up to 400. The third stakeholder consultation would occur on Wednesday, the 30th of March, and that is a workshop on contract labor, reducing our dependency. Members of the media may recall that the political party from which I come from engaged in a memorandum of understanding with the joint trade union movement, which resulted in agreement that should we get into power, we will address the issue of contract labor in this country. The government can address contract labor in the context of the public service, and we would also use the national mechanism to influence other employers in the country to also reduce their dependence on contract labor. That is also going to be a very, very important forum, and I look forward to receiving all the views on this issue. I might add that there is a cabinet-appointed committee to look at the issue of contract labor. So the workshop would really assist that committee in the completion of its work. the whole principle of contract labor in this country has really gotten a bit out of control. The principle of contract labor is having a clearly defined job to be done and giving someone a contract to do that job, and when the job comes to an end, the person goes his or her own way. But that has not been the case. Contract labor has formed a literal workforce, a parallel workforce to permanent workers. And if an organization, the nature of an organization requires a particular function to be done on a continuously nature, then there is no need for a contract to be given. That person should be a permanently appointed person within that particular organization. So this government intends to keep faith with the assurances given, and at the end of March, we will have some skeletal framework in which to move forward. Firstly, in the public service and the state sectors, and using moral suasion to influence other employers to reduce their dependence on contract labor. Thank you.